hit that.
Tonight, from Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, it's the NFC Divisional Round Playoffs on EA Sports. We'll see Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons taking on Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers.
The NFL playoffs are on EA Sports, and we've got a packed house here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the Green Bay Packers and the Atlanta Falcons. One of two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Making the catch is Sternberger. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. He gets this to Devontae Adams.
Rodgers pass.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side.
Rodgers pass.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up fourth down.
They dialed up the screen pass on third down, and for a second, it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
Atlanta takes the field. Their offensive leader, of course, Matt Ryan, the former Boston College Eagle.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up, so he could use the rest, and I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one, because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason.
Ryan finding Julio out wide. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. Now Saquon Barkley. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory.
Ball carrier.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. It led to the sack.
And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. They go play action with Ryan. Steps away. Looking deep for Julio. This is caught. And so close. He gets it to the run. Out of bounds right there. That one good for 37 yards.
I don't think anyone would argue that having that extra week definitely helps come playoff time. And those were some fresh legs right there. That extra practice time and planning.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Well, we knew they had the crowd on their side. Their defense has already made a stop, and now here's an opening drive touchdown.
Yeah, how about the defense making the stop, offense feeling their momentum that they've generated, and turning into points on their side. So now you got a team working together, and you got the crowd involved, fully on their side in this ball game.
And in this playoff atmosphere, that 12th man means even more. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Their own 25-yard.
Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. They trail here early in this division round game as they seek a spot in the NFC title bout. He'll have a first down past the 40 and able to find Allen Lazard. And he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
The score, Falcons 7, Packers 0.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. He'll get this to Lazard. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down. Now a first down carry by Jones. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
At the Falcons, 30.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. He's got to hook up to Lazard. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 22-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Rodgers now on first down. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger.
Rodgers pass.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Dante Fowler able to drop him for a loss of a couple. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
The third down battle won by Atlanta's defense. Solid coverage.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And the 13-year man puts it through, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, and no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll drop to throw. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did. defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Rodgers lost the football. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Down left side on the swing pass. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
Aaron Jones.
From the gun on third down, Rodgers.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again. I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable, so they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Throw on a quick slant, going to be complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. Rolling to his left. Looking downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That one goes for 36 yards.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. To throw again is Ryan. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A good pickup there, 21 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Throwing again, Ryan. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. From 3 yards out. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
And he'll bang that one through. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown.
Younghoe Koo to kick off for Atlanta.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Throwing again on second down. Rodgers will drop this underneath for Jones. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the...
This is caught at the 20. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. A big connection on that one. 48 yards. This time is now run out on this first half of action. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
Falcons 14.
So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Let's take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Matt Ryan and the Falcons getting ready to go again here on offense. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little, kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter.
At the 25-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Ryan, now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Now, that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying it is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Reception here by Rose. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. Ryan. And yet again, Ryan is intercepted. And came with a pick. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start the...
Jones is hit. He lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they've dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback and the boxer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in a running game. And they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
On 2nd and 7, Ryan, and he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Kenny Clark, his second sack of the night. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't throwing football, they'd be starting in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
He has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. To keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Now it's Ryan. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Now it's Barkley. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
That's the end of the third quarter.
1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Now Ryan. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Darnell Savage. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offense coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
On the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. That's complete to Lazard. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Rodgers' throw is taken in by Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold.
16 yards. First down, Packers.
Rodgers again now. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. 9 time to his left. He's going to take off with it. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense.
Mason Crosby on for the field goal. A 21.
So the ref makes a call. No touchdown there. Wipe it off the board. And Crosby puts it through.
The kick.
And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now.
14.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Matt Ryan and the Falcon offense set to get going again. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. Well, let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Decent start defensively to this series. They've got to stop them here and get this ball back.
I like the way you phrase that, partner. Decent start, but now it's got to be more about the ball. It's all about the ball, getting it away from them, because making good tackles is one thing, but the clock will run out on you. You've got to have the football back for your offense.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. This is Barkley. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Barkley with a carry on 1st down, and he'll get about 4. So 2nd and 6 forthcoming. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
On 2nd down, Barkley. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
They push forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over.
Packers 6,